Breaking news in the past hour, the 3-year-old boy police have been searching for in Milwaukee is dead. The latest details from Milwaukee police. And the man arrested in a struggle where one Madison officer ended up shooting another is no longer in jail. We'll show you why the charges he's still facing are a powerful tool for prosecutors. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. But first, we start with that breaking news we first told you about on Live at 4. A 3-year-old boy missing from Milwaukee has been found dead. Milwaukee police announced the heartbreaking news in a press conference about an hour ago. They say Major Harris's body was found on the city's northwest side near 35th and Rohr Streets.
There should never be an instance where a 3-year-old or any child is harmed, and particularly in this kind of situation. And so we thank every single person that came out to search or whatever they did to help, but we are urging everyone as a community to make sure that we continue to keep women and children safe in the city. Thank you.
And during that press conference this afternoon, police emphasized this is still an active investigation and continue to ask for tips from the community, and we'll continue to follow this story and bring you any new details about the investigation as soon as they are released. And we have breaking news out of Florida. The FBI says dental records have now confirmed the skeletal remains they found yesterday are Brian Laundrie. He is the person suspected of killing Gabby Petito, who was reported missing this past summer. Laundrie's remains were found in a Florida park near some of his belongings. Police say up until recently, that area had been underwater. The FBI has not said how Laundrie may have died. A medical examiner found Gabby Petito died of strangulation earlier this summer. CBS Evening News will have much more on this story at 5:30. Families of the 3 young men killed in a car crash near Middleton this month asked a judge today to hold the driver on a $1 million cash bond today. They called Eric Mehring a threat to the entire community. Evan Cradwell, Jack Miller, and Simon Balesi's family members all spoke during an emotional court appearance this afternoon. Police say Mehring was driving drunk, going 30 miles over the posted speed limit when he smashed into the back of the boy's vehicle on Mineral Point Road. All 3 young men died at the scene. The assistant district attorney said Mehring realizes he could go to prison for decades and could run if the judge didn't set bail at least as high as $300,000.
I can't even recall the last time there was an OWI homicide case with so many victims, both who died and other people whose safety were endangered during the course of the event. The bail amount I'm requesting is higher than any bail amounts I could find in any of those cases, essentially.
Now, defense attorney Chris Van Wagner said it's not fair to punish Mehring before he's even convicted of any crime, adding the families were acting on their emotions, not the way the law should work. The judge ultimately set bail at $75,000 and said Mehring can't drive, drink, or leave Dane County if he is able to post bond. A community-led push to get a man out of the Dane County jail worked today. K'Twan Richardson out on bond thanks to funds from local community groups hours after a judge agreed to reduce bail from $16,000 to $11,000. Police arrested Richardson earlier this month after a struggle that led to one officer incidentally shooting another. They say they spotted Richardson out on State Street past the 10 p.m. curfew, chased him then before the arrest. In court today, a Madison officer testified that Richardson was carrying a gun himself and pointed it at police while they wrestled with him. It took a Department of Justice investigation to reveal that Richardson did not shoot the officer. Richardson's attorney says groups like Freedom Inc., who rallied for Richardson's release yesterday, made a big difference.
And that's a good thing to have that in our community. And when I say our community, I mean those folks, white, black, or brown, who are indigent and who can't afford a large amounts of bail simply because of their economic status. And I say whatever color they are. So when I say our community, that's what I mean by that.
Richardson faces 5 felonies in the case. His attorney says he doesn't defend Richardson's decisions. He just wants to get the truth out there. And prosecutors said in court today there could be other charges introduced in Richardson's case. An officer alleged in cross-examination he believed Richardson's gun did go off. Officers say they didn't know he had a gun at first. They were going after him because he was breaking his bail curfew, as Naomi Coles explains. Naomi?
Yeah, this case is in the spotlight because it involves one officer shooting another officer. But the story it's also a story of how people enter and stay in the criminal justice system. And that's if you go all the way back to how his arrest began.
Free K'Twan and defund the police.
For 19-year-old K'Twan Richardson, a life-altering night on a crowded State Street.
It was busier than one of our normal nights. Where he was in a crowded space at night with a loaded firearm that he pointed at officers as he tried to flee from an officer officer trying to make contact with him. This is his 9th open case at this point in time.
If you go back to the beginning, court documents say this arrest started because a sergeant saw Richardson on surveillance cameras. He sent officers because Richardson was out when his bail conditions said he shouldn't be.
In some states, bail jumping is only a crime if you don't appear in court for a hearing, since the point of bond is supposed to be to make sure you answer to criminal charges against you. But in our state, bail jumping can be used much more broadly.
Bail jumping lands people back in jail a lot. A Wisconsin Law Review analysis found it was the most charged crime in the state in 2016.
Interestingly, not only is bail jumping the most charged crime in the state of Wisconsin, it's the most dismissed crime in the state of Wisconsin. And the fact that it has that dual status tells us a lot about the ways in which it is used here.
Those conditions, UW law professor Cecilia Klingel says, are usually for non-criminal things, like for K-Twan being home by 10 o'clock. And if you're facing felony charges, doing those things becomes a new felony.
It's a pretty powerful tool in the prosecutor's toolkit, and often we will see multiple counts of bail jumping charged along with new criminal conduct that's charged.
Now, Freedom Inc. raising money to get him out of jail is thanks in part after there was a lot of information coming out after initial confusion about who shot the officer following an initially vague press release. Now, you can join me on For the Record this Sunday for the full conversation about bail jumping charges and the role they play in Wisconsin's criminal justice system.
Naomi, thank you. More than 10 Madison officers were called to East High School about noontime today after a fight broke out in a crowd of 100 students and parents. When the first officer arrived, he found the crowd had gathered in the middle of 4th Street. He tried unsuccessfully to break it up using his squad car's PA system and sirens. A fight then broke out in the middle of the group, which eventually thinned as more officers arrived at the scene. The victim of the fight and their friends refused to talk and left in a vehicle. Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. Meteorologist Dana Fulton out of the weather patio. Still raining out there, or has it cleared up a little bit?
Right now it's not raining on the patio, but some folks seeing a little bit of drizzle this evening coming through. We certainly had some steadier showers earlier today. Now our focus turning, though, to our cold conditions overnight. Frost advisories issued for all of southern Wisconsin for early Friday morning. Temperatures will drop close to freezing and our breeze will be pretty light, so it's going to allow those temps to really fall for early tomorrow. Compared to this time yesterday, it is a 20-degree difference for Janesville, 23-degree drop for us in Madison. That puts us at 48 right now in Madison, 52 in Janesville, and about 50 degrees in Lone Rock. Overnight, those temps again falling close to freezing for tomorrow afternoon. This cloud coverage will clear out. We'll be back to sunny skies. It's going to stay a little cool outside, though, as we head into the weekend. We'll take a closer look at your Fulton day in just a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thank you. A 12-story building in downtown Madison is safe enough to go back into for the first time in 6 weeks, but how many people will actually return? It's a question that worries a key tenant on the ground floor. Pison's Restaurant has been a Madison staple since way back in 1950. The restaurant's been at its Wilson Street location since 2006, but for over a month of closed doors, co-owner Wally Borowski has some questions as to why the structural issues weren't dealt with sooner.
More could have been done, would have been to not have this be an emergency and have done this years ago when it first presented itself.
Well, the owner hopes a more permanent fix will allow Pisons to stay at this location into the future. The city of Stoughton completed a huge project today to replace all the lead pipes in the city. To commemorate this occasion, city leaders, the DNR, and the project contractor gathered at 1124 East Academy Street. This was the last of 580 homes to get new pipes. None of the homeowners in the city had to pay for that change. Stoughton used a $3.5 million grant from the DNR to replace all privately owned lead service lines, an undertaking that caused some disruptions.
Having lead service line replaced on your street, which I can attest to, is noisy, it's disruptive, you have holes in your ground, you have people in your house, but it all worked out and people were gracious, and I just thank the community for that.
And a typical lead service line replacement, it usually costs homeowners between $3,000 and $5,000. Lead exposure, including from drinking water, can cause serious health effects, especially to children and women who are pregnant. UW Health confirms today there's a serious nursing shortage here and around the country. UW Health says it has 3,400 nurses on staff, but still has 300 openings, and the picture is not that optimistic. The American Nursing Association says nationally more than 500,000 nurses are expected to retire by the end of next year and projects the need needs for more than 1 million new nurses to replace those and current openings. Now, one UW nurse took a non-traditional route to fill one of those openings. Andrew Brown started working in food service at the hospital, but was interested in more direct patient care and eventually enrolled in the nurse residency program there to get his degree, and he says his new career is rewarding.
When you're able to work with patients that are going through some of the most difficult times that they're going through, which dealing with cancer or doing chemotherapy, I think that being able to be a support person in their lives is pretty incredible. Very humbling.
Now, the UW says the pandemic contributed to the challenges of finding nurses, and they expect those challenges to be there even when the pandemic ends. Plans are going forward on campus to upgrade Camp Randall's south end zone. Work on the $77.5 million project was delayed because of the pandemic. Athletic Director Chris McIntosh said today it is now scheduled to get underway next month after the Badgers' final home game. The renovation will have enhanced seating options, which include loge boxes, club seats, access to hospitality clubs, climate-controlled amenities, and expanded food and beverage offerings. Coming up, the House of Representatives takes a vote on charging former President Trump aide Steve Bannon with contempt. And as expected, it went along party lines. We'll bring you the very latest. And the former president gets a special place in Dubai. Why this Twitter pose is there for all to see. And on Wall Street, the Dow falls a half dozen in Thursday trading. The NASDAQ adds 94. S&P adds almost 14. We'll be right back.
Attention Madison and South Central Wisconsin homeowners. The time is here to finally do something about that old, outdated bath. Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, is your trusted local source for baths, tub-to-shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Infused with microban antimicrobial protection to resist mold and mildew, backed with a lifetime warranty. It's our Spooktacular savings event. Save $400 with interest-free financing for 6 months and a $25 Walmart gift card with estimate. But call during this program. We'll double your savings. Save $800 on a new bath or shower with 12 months interest-free financing. And double it to a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. Plus, act now and get $250 in Mad City cash towards your next home improvement project. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Have you been wanting to shop for furniture but worried you missed out on the big summer sales? No worries. This weekend only, you get our best discount of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale. And everyone gets an extra 30% off our already low Slumberland prices. Saturday and Sunday only, shop our wide range of furniture and in-stock items. Online too. You haven't missed it. Shop Saturday and Sunday only at Slumberland Furniture.
Are you looking for a pre-owned vehicle? The team at Bergstrom Automotive has got you covered. Shop 2,000 used vehicles, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including their exclusive 7-day lowest price protection and 7-day money-back guarantee. Sounds pretty good. Great selection, great value, great rates, and a team that truly cares. Shop and purchase at BergstromAuto.com or any Bergstrom location. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Tonight at 6, a popular downtown Madison restaurant set to reopen. Find out why the owner of Paisans still has concerns after a month-long shutdown. Plus, the retiring Madison fire chief talks about his 3 decades on the job and the future of the department. That's on News 3 Now at 6.
She gets paid in love from all of the kids and staff that she sees every day.
A friend to make the going easier for patients and families. See how Kiko is making a big impact at American Family Children's Hospital. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
The House of Representatives voted today to hold Steve Bannon, one of former President Trump's closest aides, in criminal contempt of Congress. The move comes after Bannon defied a subpoena from the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol. The action marks a significant escalation in how far Democrats are willing to go to rebuke individuals who refuse to cooperate as the House Select Committee investigates the violent attack that sought to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election.
This is from the Select Committee's own report. Quote, his efforts to plan political activity. That's the standard. You're involved in political activity, they're going to investigate you. We know what this is really about. This is about getting at President Trump.
His assertion of executive privilege is far-fetched in the extreme and not his to make.
Well, the vote was mostly along party lines, with almost all Republicans voting against the contempt measure. The leader of the 400 Mowozo gang that police say kidnapped 17 members of a missionary group is seen in a new video saying he will kill them if he doesn't get what he's demanding. The video posted today on social media shows Wilson Joseph dressed in a blue suit, carrying a blue hat, and wearing a large cross around his neck. He spoke in front of the coffins that held several members of his gang who were recently killed. The public relations manager for the missionary group read a letter from the families of the Canadians and Americans being held, asking for prayers.
Also pray for the kidnappers, that they would experience the love of Jesus and turn to him. And we see that as their ultimate need. We also ask for prayer for government leaders and authorities as they relate to the case and work toward the release of the hostages.
Now, the kidnappers are demanding $17 million. That's $1 million for each person being held. The White House and Democrats are hurriedly working key aspects of President Biden's $2 trillion domestic policy plan. They're trimming the social services and climate change programs, and they're reconsidering new taxes on corporations and the wealthy to pay for the package. A 10-year-old boy became the center of attention at Pope Francis' general audience this morning. Check it out. The boy, who was wearing a tracksuit there, approached the Pope at the front of the audience, but caused no alarm for security officials who did not try to stop him. He shook the Pope's hand, jumping up and down in front of him. When it became clear that he wanted to stay for a while, a Monsignor got up and gave the boy his chair at the Pope's right. The boy several times pointed to the Pope's white skull cap, known as a zucchetto. The boy's persistence paid off. He was given his own zucchetto, prompting applause and laughter from the crowd of several thousand people. Former President Donald Trump says he's launching a new media company with its own social media platform. This comes 9 months after being expelled from social media for his role in inciting the January 6th Capitol insurrection. The former president says his goal in launching the Trump Media and Technology Group and its Truth Social app is to create a rival to the big tech companies that have shut him out. And a wax statue of Donald Trump holding his phone while tweeting is one of the featured figures at a new Madame Tussauds wax museum that just opened its doors in Dubai and in the Middle East. 16 of the 60 figures on display at the attraction were made exclusively for the Arab-themed museum, including artists, athletes, and entertainers from the region. And the general manager of the museum says making the wax figures come to life is not an easy job. He says it takes 4 to 7 months to make each one, with 20 skilled artists involved. Well, let's get a look at your certified most accurate weather. Meteorologist Dana Fulton joins us. Dana?
How do I get a wax scary for the weather office, or our own little statue?
Take more than 7 months.
More than 7 months. We're going to start working on that now. We'll have it for you by next summer. Right now, we're starting to shift our attention to maybe a little more of a late autumn forecast for the end of October. Frost advisories in effect for early Friday morning throughout southern Wisconsin. This extends up towards Green Bay and La Crosse. It's been a while since we've seen temperatures close to freezing. In fact, the last time that we dropped below freezing was May 11th, early in the morning. Remember the end of May, where we did have that cold stretch, that late season frost pass through. Temperatures only dropped to 33, so we didn't officially fall below freezing. We did have some late frost come through towards the end of the month, but we haven't been below freezing since the middle of May. And usually we've already seen a little bit of frost by this time of the month. In fact, we're about 10 days behind schedule. Our average first frost is October 11th. This is in Madison, so areas north, those days do creep up a little further in the schedule, and areas to the south in northern Illinois, those days, of course, falling further back. Our latest first frost ever, November 12th, and our earliest first frost, September 12th. So still closer to average, not on either end of the extreme, but we're finally moving into a cooler pattern. And if you've spent a lot of time outside over the last week and a half, you certainly have noticed how above average we have been. Seasonably cool temperatures, and now this is really what we should be seeing for this time of year for the end of October. Sunshine expected to return for tomorrow and for Saturday, and more rain will build into the forecast on Sunday and for the middle of next week. Right now it is cloudy outside. As we look at our radar, not picking up anything significant, but could see a few drizzle spots out there over the next hour or two. Skies overnight will steadily become partly cloudy. Early tomorrow morning, our breeze will back off a little bit, and when it's not as windy outside, that gives us those prime conditions to have some frost. Temperatures will be close to freezing. Areas north of Dane County will likely fall into the upper 20s. For Friday afternoon, high temperatures will be in the mid to low 50s, so a cooler trend really settling in again through the weekend. We're close to freezing for Saturday morning, likely going to see widespread frost again Saturday morning, and then afternoon high temperatures back in that cool spot with a light breeze expected for us Saturday afternoon, highs in the mid to low 50s. Tomorrow 52 in Madison, a partly sunny sky. Our breeze will come in from the northwest about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Certainly not too windy outside for us for your Friday. We'll get to enjoy the sunshine for Friday and for Saturday. The rain chances will build back in for Sunday. And it does look like this is going to be a measurable rain event for Sunday and Monday. So more of a soggy trend late Sunday in the evening and into Monday. I do think we'll have some dry time early in the day on Sunday, but those showers will stick with us into the start of the work week. For the middle of next week, we're trending up a little bit in the upper 50s. A few more rain chances expected to build in for the middle of next week. And by the end of next week, some sunshine returning, seasonally cool temperatures sticking with us, cool overnights, and Halloween weekend right now does look mostly dry. As far as traffic concerns go for us this evening, we are seeing several delays along the Beltline. No accidents to report, but east and westbound, a lot of stop and go spots for us right now. The interstate smooth through Rock County and through Dane County this evening. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, and downtown to Sun Prairie, a 19-minute drive this evening. That's a quick look at traffic.
Los Angeles has completed the largest tiny home village in the country. I'm Anthony Pura with why the city hopes these small spaces will help tackle homelessness.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you worry about a slip or fall climbing over a high-sided bathtub, then call Mad City Baths. Get a beautiful walk-in shower with a low-threshold entrance installed in as little as 1 day. It's a safer way to bathe, but don't just take our word for it. Our customers say it best.
It's something every person who's older like us needs to have in their bathroom, in their house. A place where you can walk in and out and not worry about falling.
Now's the time to call. It's our Spooktacular savings event. Save $400 with interest-free financing for 6 months, plus a $25 Walmart gift card with estimate. But call during this program will double your savings. Save $800 on a new bath or shower, 12 months interest-free financing, and receive a $50 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate, plus an extra $250 in Mad City cash for your next home improvement project. Call 608-729-4466.
There are lots of people who are confused about which Medicare plan is right for them.
Hey, that's me. I barely know where to start.
Well, start here with me, Karen. I'm a licensed Humana sales agent.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Karen. I'm John Smith.
Hi, John. At Humana, we know you're unique, so you have different needs from other John Smiths.
Yeah, I've always thought so.
And together, we can find a plan that's right for you.
Great. I go to the doctor a couple of times a year, and I have some prescriptions, but I'm never fully sure of what's covered and what's not.
With Humana's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, you get coverage for hospital stays, doctor visits, and Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable and sometimes no monthly plan premium.
Do you have any more information?
Sure. I'll get a decision guide in the mail to you today. They're free.
Finally, someone who understands the real me.
Call or go online now to get your free decision guide. Call a licensed Humana sales agent today. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Get the best fixtures for your home with help from Menards. Whether you're looking for a traditional design or are drawn to something more modern, Hunter has a ceiling fan for you. Choose from our huge selection and get 11% off all Hunter ceiling fans. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Waverly Lights have a coordinated industrial style to match your existing decor. Right now, all Patriot Lighting is 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Oh, baby, I have sinned. Baby, this is my last confession. You know I've never been no good. But when I'm with you, it feels like heaven. I'm begging for mercy, baby. Yeah.
So, what do you think?
I love it.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for Overall Excellence in Television.
Los Angeles city officials cut the ribbon today on a new village, hoping to put a dent in the city's growing homeless population by providing transitional housing for those in need. As Anthony Pura reports, city leaders see the micro neighborhoods as a tiny bit of progress toward getting people off the streets.
The largest tiny home village in the country is now open in Los Angeles, a place where people living on the streets can call home. The new community sits in the Highland Park neighborhood near the 110 freeway in downtown Los Angeles. It has space for 225 people.
Every morning I wake up, I say thank you. They seriously saved my life.
Roya Schwartz lived in her car with her son for a year. She says living in a village like this one for 2 months helped her get back on her feet.
You are saved. You don't have to look for a bathroom. You have shower, and they have security. They take care of you.
Each tiny home feels like a small bedroom, but the idea is it's an upgrade from the streets. It has enough space for 2 beds. It also has heating and air conditioning.
I like it. I'm glad for them.
Rosie Martinez lives just yards from her soon-to-be neighbors.
This is going to help them get to a job, help them get permanent housing, health care. If they need anything else positive for them, then that's the place to be for them.
Good idea. Bad location.
The new mini neighborhoods aren't always welcomed by the people who already live there. Protesters demonstrated at a city councilman's home after 50 tiny homes went up in their area. But proponents of the new living arrangement say the homes represent progress, no matter how small.
Permanent, supportive, and affordable housing. That's the end game. But in the meantime, the streets cannot be the waiting room for permanent housing.
Instead, transitional housing, a new village, giving LA's homeless hope, one tiny home at a time. Anthony Pura, CBS News, Los Angeles.
An estimated 41,000 people are living on the streets in Los Angeles. Residents will start moving into the new tiny development on November 2nd. It cost the city about $5 million to construct the Arroyo Seco homes, the city's 6th tiny homes village. We're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast in just a moment.
Prices of the season one-day appliance sale is tomorrow at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 40% off. Plus, no interest financing on appliances with no minimum purchase. Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline and coming soon to East Springs Drive.
Doesn't this look relaxing? A walk-in tub with hydrotherapy makes bathing more enjoyable. Call Mad City Baths to have yours installed in as little as 1 day. Or choose a custom tub to shower conversion with a low step-in or barrier-free entrance. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for custom bath solutions. Time's running out to call during our Spooktacular savings event. Save $400 with interest-free financing for 6 months and a $25 Walmart gift card with estimate. But it's your last chance to call during this program to double your savings. Save $800 on a new bath or shower with 12 months interest-free financing and a $50 Walmart gift card with your free in-home estimate. And you'll get $250 in Mad City cash towards your next home improvement project. Dial 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Are you looking for a pre-owned vehicle? The team at Bergstrom Automotive has got you covered. Shop 2,000 used vehicles, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including their exclusive 7-day lowest price protection and 7-day money-back guarantee. Sounds pretty good. Great selection, great value, great rates, and a team that truly cares. Shop and purchase at BergstromAuto.com or any Bergstrom location. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
It's more than a basketball court that nurtured a championship. For Alex Lasry, building Pfizer Forum was about creating opportunity.
We said workers come first, $15 an hour pay, and 80% of the building materials are going to come from Wisconsin.
Alex Lasry kept those commitments.
Some just talk. Alex got it done.
That's why so many labor unions are supporting Alex.
He'll be a senator who works as hard as Wisconsin.
I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message because leadership is about what actually gets done.
Don't miss the lowest prices of the season one-day sale going on tomorrow at Ashley Home Store. Fall in love with your home again by saving up to 49% off, plus no interest financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Here's what we're working on tonight. A medical alert tonight why more than 100 drugs to treat illnesses like cancer and heart disease are now in short supply. And dangerous produce. Hundreds of people sickened. A new warning about something that may be in your fridge and that you need to throw out. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
Dana's back. Final check of the forecast.
It's going to get a little frosty for us overnight, guys. A little crunchy early tomorrow morning. So this is the time of year, of course, where if you're used to going out early in the day and you don't have your layers pulled out just yet, I know some folks can absolutely handle the cooler temperatures. But it can always be a little bit of a shock to the system the first time we go out and temperatures are in the low 30s. We're forecasting for 34 for an overnight low. Frost advisories are in effect for us overnight and for early Friday morning. Temperatures tomorrow afternoon in the mid to low 50s for afternoon highs. Likely going to see frost yet again Friday night and for early Saturday. Temperatures on Saturday night not quite as cool. We'll have a little more of a breeze mixing in for Sunday. Shower chances developing late Sunday and continue into Monday. It'll be a little more soggy outside with that rain chance for the start of the work week. Milder temperatures Tuesday and Wednesday, likely seeing those highs pull up to the upper 50s. Another rain chance for the middle of the week, and by the back half of the work week for Halloween weekend, we'll see a drier trend and still holding on to those seasonable temperatures. Thankfully not too chilly outside, but still just cool enough for spooky season.
All right, we're getting ready. Get ready for winterizing your house. We're back in 30 for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.